evening. I'm going to call the Schaumburg Village Board meeting to order for Tuesday, February 25th, 2020. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Trustee Kozak?
Here.
Trustee Conley? Here. Trustee Sullivan?
Present.
Trustee Dunham?
Here.
Trustee Madej?
Present.
Trustee Bischke?
Present.
President Daly?
Present. All present and accounted for. I would like to ask Trustee Conley if she would lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Trustee Conley. I'd like to remind the audience to please turn off your cell phones or any other electronic devices. Thank you. Next item is the approval of minutes from February 11th, 2020. Any questions, comments?
So moved.
Motion and
Second.
a second to approve the minutes from February 11th. Any further comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
One abstention.
Oh, one abstention. Okay, 5 ayes, 1 abstention. Trustee Dunham. Next is the approval of expenditures.
Move to approve the expenditures as presented.
Second.
Thank you. Motion and a second to approve the expenditures as presented. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Trustee Kozak?
Aye.
Trustee Conley?
Aye.
Trustee Sullivan?
Aye.
Trustee Dunham?
Aye.
Trustee Madej?
Aye.
Trustee Bischke?
Aye.
6 ayes, no nays, motion carries. Next, we have some fun for the evening. We have presentations. This one is the first one is to Fire Department Citizens Award to Mr. Kurt Weidman, if I pronounce that correctly. No? I did. Oh, okay. This is being presented by Fire Chief James Walter.
Well, thank you
Walter.
for the opportunity to award one of our citizens for some actions that he had taken on an emergency scene that were above and beyond. And I was told by your father it could be either Weidman or Weidman. So either one. I think we were okay.
Sure that's all he said?
We were okay there. We felt we did get a call from the woman whose apartment was on fire. And she felt that Mr. Weidman's actions warranted some recognition, and after reading the report and reading about his actions, we felt the same. It was refreshing to see that, in a day where, rather than people taking corrective action, they're quicker to pull out their cell phones and start videoing. So with that being said, I'd like to read our award to you and present you with your plaque. But in testimony of his actions, let me put my glasses on here. In testimony of his actions during an emergency event, Kurt Weidman is presented this award for the selfless assistance which resulted in a much more positive outcome than could have happened. And this happened at this event. On November 26, 2019, the Schaumburg Fire Department received a call for a fire at 1919 Prairie Square at 2:35 in the morning. Mr. Weidman was notified by a neighbor that her unit was on fire and to evacuate his family. After evacuating his family, Mr. Weidman broke the glass and took a hallway fire extinguisher and entered the unit that was on fire, extinguished the fire, and closed the door behind him. This incident could have been far worse if it had not been for Mr. Weidman's quick actions. And I say far worse for not only the others in the building, the damage to the building itself, and for the other people that were in there. So for those actions, we'd like to present this award to you. Thank you. Thank you very much. We've got a picture up here by the mayor, if you may.
I'm going to come around there.
Very nice.
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you, Kurt. Thank you.
You're an advisor.
Next item on the agenda is a presentation of a retirement plaque for 30 years of service to Samuel Versada. Visvradra. Thank you very much. Maintenance in Engineering and Public Works. Please come forward. Thank you. There's two parts to this. Okay, first part is the just a little picture thing here. That's right. There you go.
Thank you.
30 years. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Sam. Good luck to you.
Congratulations.
Luck to you.
Next presentation is a 20-year service award to Cynthia Boyd from Police Department. Bird. Okay. How are you doing? Good. Here. That's right. Okay. That's all for presentations this evening. Liquor license requests. Do you have any outstanding liquor license requests? Don't think so. Okay, consent agenda. We have a consent agenda. It'll be read in its entirety. Voted on as one motion to approve. If you wish to discuss an item further, please indicate that when the item is read by the village clerk so that it can be removed from the consent agenda and discussed under further committee reports. Otherwise, all items be approved as presented on the consent agenda, and you're welcome to leave. You don't need to stick around. Thank you. Will the clerk please read the consent agenda?
Number 1, correspondence. The motion will be to approve the request from the Illinois Health Information Management Association to hold a raffle on April 9th and 10th, 2020, at the Schaumburg Residence Hotel and Convention Center, 1551 Thoreau Drive, and to waive the fidelity bond requirement. B, the motion would be to approve the request from the Schaumburg Professional Firefighters Association to hold a raffle on April 4th, 2020, at the Schaumburg Marriott, 50 North Martingale Road, and to grant a variance to Code Section 117.31. C, the motion would be to approve the request from St. Matthew Parish to hold raffles on the second Sunday of the month from July 1st, 2020 through June 30th, 2021 at St. Matthew Church, 1001 East Schaumburg Road, and to waive the fidelity bond requirement. D, the motion would be to approve the request from the Rotary Club of Schaumburg-Hoffman Estates Charitable Foundation to hold a raffle on March 14th, 2020 at the Schaumburg Marriott Hotel, 50 North Martingale Road, to grant a variance code section 117.31 and to waive the fidelity bond requirement. 2, liquor licenses. The motion will be to approve the request from Mr. Tony LaFarine of the Schaumburg Park District for 18 Class D one-day liquor licenses at the dates, times, and locations as indicated. 3, proclamations. A, Certified Government Financial Manager Month, March 2020. B, Child Abuse Prevention Month, April 2020. 4, Engineering and Public Works Committee. The motion will be to approve participation in the Master Intergovernmental Cooperative Purchasing Agreement, MICPA, with ONVIA Partners and award a contract for the Fire Station 52 roof replacement project to Garland Design Build Solutions, Inc. of Cleveland, Ohio, in the total amount of $262,635. 5, Finance, Legal, Administrative, and General Government. The motion would be to accept the Finance Department monthly report for December 2019. B, The motion would be to approve the 2020 business plan for the Renaissance Schaumburg Hotel and Convention Center. C, the motion would be to adopt a Schaumburg legislative action program that addresses the priorities of the Village of Schaumburg for 2020. D, the motion would be to approve a contract with Cubic Creative of Tulsa, Oklahoma for advertising, media planning, and media buying services in the amount not to exceed $100,000. E, the motion would be to approve additional expenditure authority for the marketing of 90 North with Rocking Live Irving of Morton Grove, Illinois, in the amount of $12,450. F, the motion would be to approve a resolution authorizing a Class 6B tax incentive for plastic recovery technologies located at 880 Remington Road, Schaumburg, Illinois. For Public Safety Committee, the motion would be to adopt an ordinance amending Title III, Chapter 41, Village Fee Schedule, Section 41.01 of the Schaumburg Village Code, eliminating the application fee for future testing for fire and police candidates. B, the motion would be to approve extending the contract with VCG Uniforms of Chicago, Illinois for Police Department uniform and equipment through April 30th, 2021, in an amount not to exceed the approved budget. C, the motion would be to direct staff to review and make a recommendation for education and a fine structure regarding vaping products. 7, Building Planning and Development Committee. The motion would be to approve the proposed amendment to the Municipal Code, Chapter 154, zoning pertaining to cannabis testing facilities. Direct staff to prepare an ordinance and refer the matter to the Zoning Board of Appeals for a public hearing. B, the motion would be to approve an amendment to the Municipal Code, Chapter 118, pertaining to garage sales and other occasional sales. 8, Zoning Board of Appeals. The motion would be to approve an amendment to Municipal Code Title 15, Chapter 154, Sections 154.44 and 154.65 pertaining to the termination of special uses. B, the motion would be to approve an amendment to existing special use for a daycare center, expansion for Bodie Preschool and Child Care Center, 932 and 934 Bodie Road. C, the motion would be to approve a site plan amendment, facade improvements, special use for a Type A restaurant, parking variation, and Woodfield Regional Center design review for Shabu U Restaurant, former Chevy's at 1180 Plaza Drive, Schaumburg Restaurant Court. 9, award of bid. The motion would be to award a bid for gravel delivery and debris disposal to CSI 3000 of Cicero, Illinois, for a term of 1 year with 3 optional 1-year extensions, not to exceed the approved budget. Resolutions, number 10, resolutions. The motion would be to adopt as Resolution R20-010, approving and authorizing a 6B classification for 880 Remington Road, Schaumburg, Illinois, plastic recovery technologies. 11, ordinances. The motion would be to waive first reading and adopt as ordinance number 20-013, an ordinance amending Title 15, Chapter 154, Sections 154.44 and 154.65 of the Municipal Code pertaining to the termination of special uses. B, the motion would be to waive first reading and adopt as ordinance 20-014, granting an amendment to existing special use for a daycare center, expansion for Bodie Preschool and Child Care Center, 932 and 934 Bodie Road. C, the motion would be to waive first reading and adopt as ordinance number 20-015, granting a site plan amendment for facade improvements, special use for a Type A restaurant, parking variation, and Woodfield Regional Center design review for Shabu U Restaurant, formerly Chevy's, 1180 Plaza Drive, Schaumburg Restaurant Court. D, the motion would be to waive first reading and adopt as ordinance number 20-016, amending Chapter 118, Section 118.02 of the Schaumburg Village Code relative to garage sales and other occasional sales. E, the motion would be to waive first reading and adopt as ordinance number 20-017, amending Title III, Chapter 41, Village Fee Schedule, Section 41.01, Village Fee Schedule of the Schaumburg Village Code relative to police and fire exam fees. This concludes the consent agenda.
Thank you, Marilyn. Look for a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Move to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
All right, guys. I'm hearing that out of both. Thank you very much. You have a motion? We'll give it to Trustee Dunham. Motion by Trustee Dunham, second by Trustee Sullivan.
Sorry, Jim.
That's all right. To approve the consent agenda as presented. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Trustee Kozak.
Aye.
Trustee Conley.
Aye.
Trustee Sullivan.
Aye.
Trustee Dunham.
Aye.
Trustee Madey.
Aye.
Trustee Bischke.
Aye.
6 ayes, no nays, motion carries. Thank you very much. Committee reports, there is none listed. We have any before us? No. Comments from the audience. The microphone is open. If you have any comments pertinent towards the Village of Schaumburg, please step forward, sign in, give us your name, address, and hold forth before the board. Okay. Moving on, council report.
I have no report tonight, Mayor. Thank you.
President's report. I have nothing to report this evening. Manager's report.
It's a trifecta.
Okay.
I have no report this evening.
All right. New business, none listed. Unfinished business, none listed. Trustee comments and mentions.
Happy Punchki Day.
Ah, there we go. Should have known it was coming. It's today, I think, yes. So, Trustee Madey.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody watches the series SWAT on CBS, but my son Shane will be on the March 18th episode.
March 18th, okay.
Of what show?
SWAT.
SWAT.
What?
Okay, we'll
You
keep
have
that
to
in
email
mind.
the information. Of that on
March 18th. All right.
Wednesday.
Anything further? Anyone else? Look for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you very much.